So I got these pink shirts, and my wife said to me, "Don't go there, record any of your videos with that pink shirt and that pink background." So, of course, I came here to record one more video. Uh, and I thought, well, what can I really say right now that wouldn't require me at least listening again to the album? And I thought of Derek Bailey. And I knew Derek work for some time, but this record in particular was brought to my attention by Stuart Lee, the British comedian, which I think is the most laughter I got from him, even though he is great in what he does. He participated in a TV show called Mastermind. You just Some celebrities in that day in particular went there, and they answer questions about a subject that they chose. So Stuart Lee chose Derek Bailey's work as his subject, and he won the show. He didn't pass any question, and he got one wrong, which I thought was humorous because everyone who had ballads the record by Derek knows that the song that repeats twice in it is Gone with the Wind. But I mean, it was amazing to see that. Anyway, this record was recommended by him in an article, I believe, and I think that's how I knew it, or at least that's how my memory works right now. Maybe it is lying to myself. So this record is called Carpal Tunnel. Derek thought he was with Carpal Tunnel. For those of you who don't know the work of Derek Bailey, he was a jazz guitarist for 30 something years, I believe, and he played I think that was the story, very conventional type of jazz. And then he switched to this type of free improvisational style, really on the borders of free jazz. And he has a very distinctive way of playing. I love his use of harmonics. He was very influenced by Anton Webern, the composer from the Second Viennese School, and it shows in a weird way, because this is free improvisation, but it shows in the way that is very pointillistic, that he uses very sparsely the guitar. And unlike other guitarists from free improvisational scene, he liked to use the sound of the guitar more. He wasn't trying to manipulate it, do a prepared guitar or something like that. Although he did that for part of his career, but wasn't really what his sound was about. So there was this this weird sounding guy that I really liked. One record I heard of him before heard into Carpal Tunnel, and Carpal Tunnel it is one of the most beautiful records I heard. The thing is, in the first track he explains basically his disease, and the idea was that he was going to play around the disease. Basically, he could get a surgery, but he wouldn't do it. He would rather relearn how to play guitar without the ability to hold the plectrum. And the tracks goes on his progress in his plan to do that, it's not really week by week, on 2 weeks or something like that. And it is pretty amazing what he does. It's very, very passionate thing. And the weird thing is that Derek plays in such a unique style of guitar that if you don't know his work and you're presented this album and some album 10 years before of solo guitar by him, you think it's the same thing. So it is an amazing album. It's not for everybody, of course, but I mean, just for the story, you gotta give it a chance. Even more because he wasn't with Carpal Tunnel. This was his last record. He was with Lou Gehrig's disease. So the effort this man put out to make a record when most of us would be, I don't know, giving up, I think it's one of the most life affirming things that I heard in my entire life. So I really recommend this record. I believe that the label, John Zorn label, Tzadik, removed many things that they had in YouTube and all of that. He's very protective of the material of the label. He's a bit like Robert Fripp, although Fripp now lets YouTube, Spotify have King Crimson stuff, but if you can find it, it's a great listen. Anyway, I'll leave some links down below because I think not many people know Derek Bailey's work, so it's like an introduction. So bye bye, good night.